So if like you gain the whole world and you lose your soul, you actually lost. So you missed kind of the whole point of the whole thing. However, I also want you to know this. I believe there's two races. The first race is the race we're all running. Making dollars, building businesses, getting social media followers, like fame, and just everyone knows you and whatever. That's the race. And so our competitiveness comes out, our drive, our focus, like let's go, let's win this thing. Like I need to do more reels to get more followers, to get more views, let's go, that kind of thing. And I need to be an E3 instead of E2, like just that, the race. There's the second race, which is the real race. The real race is your relationship with God. The real race is your relationship with your spouse. The real race is your relationship with your children. The real race is actually your legacy. Did I do what I was called to do? Did I do what I was supposed to do? Here's what I'll share with you. If you win the first race and lose the second race, you actually lost. So if like you gain the whole world and you lose your soul, you actually lost. So you missed kind of the whole point of the whole thing. However, I also want you to know this. You're not righteous to not win the first race because of I'm more righteous than everyone else because I do this. I kind of play small to your point. And I know people that are like, I don't have any money, but I'm connected to God. I'm like, okay. I think you're an unwise and slothful servant. Like you have some gifts that you're not using the gifts. By the way, in the parable of the talents, let me quickly say this. And by the way, if we're weirding you out with faith here, just hang tight with me. I'm sorry. So let me say this. There's a parable, there's a story. The master gives talents. They're basically gifts or talents to people. Gives 1 to one, 2 to the other, 5 to the next. And he basically says, go multiply these, go use these. The one with 5 turns it to 5, they basically double it. The one with 2 turns it to 4, so they double theirs. The one with 1 buried theirs. Does anyone know why they buried theirs? It's not because they were a loser. Do you want to know why? They were fearful. They were fearful that they were going to lose it. They didn't want to lose it because it was, it's an important thing to them. So they buried it. Master comes back and says, well done. And the one, where's yours? Oh, I buried it. Frank, I lost it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was trying to hide it and protect it. And I played small and I buried it in this desire to not lose it. And the master basically calls him an unwise and slothful servant, which that's not awesome, being unwise and slothful. Why was that not one of the options? Why is burying the talent not one of the options? And by the way, this is the good book according to me, so this is probably not true, but just hang with me. But why is that not one of the options? Do you want to know why? Because your gifts and talents weren't given to you for you. They were given to you for all the rest of us. So us playing small, us not shining as bright as we can in the darkest nights, shame on you. Like that gift is not, the shine's not for you. The shine is for you to give to the rest of us and help us, serve everyone else. So let me close by saying this, just this point. You can win both races, my friends. You can have all of the success that you would love to have, and you can keep your life together. You can have a good relationship with your faith. You can have a great relationship with your spouse and your kids. You can win both of these. And that's what I actually want to help you guys do. I want to help you win both, not just the one. I want to help you win both. And last thing I would say, just on a way, Brianne, that I've tried to process it. And again, this is just for me. This isn't, you have to kind of get there for yourself. But one of the ways I've tried to process it is when I am obsessed with, what I'm obsessed with is actually not Modair, and it's actually not making money. What I'm obsessed with is becoming the very best version of myself, like being the man that I was put on earth to become. And I'm freaking obsessed with it. And it just so happens that my vehicle is Modair. And it just so, are you following what I'm saying? This is where I'm at, dude. This is I'm not a realtor. This is what I do. And I also feel like if I didn't crush my Modair business, I'd be an unwise and slothful servant. I'd be burying some of the gifts. And the gifts weren't for me. The gifts hopefully would be stuff that would help you and serve you and so on. So in other words, if I played small in this whole thing and sat on my couch and just collected checks every month, I would feel like the most unwise and slothful servant on the planet because all of this, whatever's happened, wasn't for me. It was for me to serve other people. This last summer, I took 2 different church groups to Lake Powell. I have a luxury Sprinter van. It has it's like a private jet, but it's a van. And then that's literally how they describe it. And then our boat, and took all these kids out. I share that with you to say, when I was 27, 28, you're sleeping in your car, just grinding. All of that and you have more resource, then you can go serve more people. And you can go take out the church kids, and you can pour into those 13-year-old girls and tell them that they're beautiful, and they can have confidence, and pour into those 15-year-old boys and tell them. I mean, my point is, you can ripple effect, and hopefully make an impact in those kids' lives.